Hello guys, welcome to my second video about the QAit dev web application, and today we will talk about the assertions. The most interesting thing that the guys have implemented only one assertion type, which is called AI check, and it's used to assert everything. It will help us to, with only one simple assertion, make all possible checks. I have made a short list of the most popular assertions we're using every day, and the most, I wouldn't say unpopular, but we're definitely using them less than those first one. But we will check both of them. And for this purpose, I have prepared already a written test to do not waste our time. Now, just to show you how the assertion looks like if we would write them manually, I have prepared a little code sample. You can now see how much methods, how much syntax do we need to remember to be able to write the assertions for all those things. Some of them are very easy, very short. For example, element is enabled or checkbox is checked, very easy, or the URL check. But some of them are really complicated. Of course, we can remember all the syntax, it's very hard, and for the guys who know all that Playwright TypeScript syntax, you are testing gods. But look at that. To assert the total, the sum of the items equals the item amount. It's crazy. It's crazy. The pagination assertions are pretty complicated. Viewport, element overlapping, look at that. Element overlapping assertions. It's crazy. And that AI check thing could help us to forget all that complicated syntax and to make the assertion creation more easy. Okay, let's now return to our website and start for the very beginning. First assertion will be the string visibility. Yes, featured items, it's that one string. Let's check. Okay, assertion says that the string is visible, but to be sure that it's working, let's make the negative scenario together with the positive. Okay, featured items, check hello world, string is visible. Okay, hello world string is not visible. Let's return to our featured items. Okay, great. We can go to the next assertion. Step 2. I'm checking that the API testing section exists. Let's check. Okay, and the section exists. And negative, hello kitty section exists. Okay, hello kitty. Okay, nice. It works. API testing. Checking once more. Great. Let's go to the next. We're talking about the most popular assertions right now. So check that the text in the footer equals, okay, we need to go to the footer first of all. Here we can dynamically surf through the website and we see the footer I'm validating that the string equals the expected value. Let's make it negative from the start. And what we see here, the footer subscription text does not equal the quoted string. It says, and does not include our numbers. How cool is that? Let's fix it. And now it's passed. Okay, great. Input. Okay, here we're checking that the we have the expected value in the input, and looks like I have missed one step. Maybe we can input something here manually. Yes, let's input manually. Test at test.com. Nice. Now we have our email here, and we can. No, I didn't miss the step. Okay, let's type it by the auto test. Okay, nice. Now we're checking, and let's start from the negative test again. The footer subscription input shows the correct email, not the incorrect email. Okay, great. And the positive. Great. It's working. So now we're checking the URL. It's a very common assertion. We're verifying the actual URL equals the expected URL, but we can start from the negative one. Yes, we see that the URLs does not match, and the positive one, the URLs match. Okay, let's go to the next. Here we're verifying the page title. Okay, let's start from the negative. The page title is automation exercise. We're talking about the main title. Okay, looks like we have some interesting behavior here. Well, I'll definitely report that thing to the developers. It's pretty weird, but let's try another negative. Okay, automation exercise, hello world. Let's try this one. Okay, the page title is not automation. Okay, the visible title contains. Well, okay, it's definitely an unexpected behavior, and I will report it to the developers, but I think it's not a problem. The guys are working, and they will fix it as soon as possible. So let's go to the next thing. Save. Let's go to the next thing. Check the product image is loaded successfully. Well, we're talking about this one, RS500. Let's check it. Unfortunately, I cannot check the negative scenario here, so we will check only the positive case. Well, it says that the image has loaded successfully. We will trust it this time and go to the next assertion. Now check that the product is inside the viewport. Yes, it's very popular assertion. To be able to check this, we need to scroll the page down, and I did it. And now we don't have the RS500 product in the viewport. And let's check. It will be the negative check. Inside the viewport. Nice. It's again unexpected thing, but let's scroll a little bit down. Maybe I just don't know how the page makes that screenshot, because we're using the HTML, the accessibility tree, and screenshot. And of course, it's the product is inside the HTML and inside the accessibility, but not inside the screenshot. So we're at almost at the very bottom of the page, as you see, and we will recheck it again. It shows that the product is inside the viewport, but actually it's not. Okay, the things is also need to be reported, but it's okay. So let's save it and go to the next. Okay, here I need to check the products in the cart, so I need to add them to the cart before, and let's do it. Okay, we added the product to the cart, and looks like we added it. Let's try again. It's a viewport thing. It's the card adding thing. Oh, I have some kind of error here. Maybe let's close the thing and try to run again. Okay, we have some kind of error here. We are not able to continue, but let's try to add it manually. Add to cart. Continue shopping. This step was about the continue shopping button. This step, we need to add another product to our cart. So let's try to do it. Okay, we have another similar error here. Let's add it to cart manually, and let's press the view cart button. We're in the cart right now. Now we're checking the total price of those products. We need to validate that 1000 number is not a random number. It's 500 equals 2. Yes. So in expectation, we are writing check that the total price equals the sum of all cart items. Let's check. Okay, let's now try negative. Check that the total price does not equals, and we have our error. The cart shows one item priced with quantity 2, and the total is 1000, which equals the sum. How cool is that? Let's fix it and let's run it. Okay, great. So check that the product count is 2. Well, let's start from the negative. Product count is 5. The card shows one product row, not 5. Okay, he thinks about the rows. Check that the product quantity is 5. The card shows quantity 2, but not 5. Okay, and let's make it positive. Is 2. Okay. Now we need to go to our another demo stand and check other remaining assertions. It's about a checkbox. Okay. Here, first of all, we need to select the section and then validate that assertion. Great. Here we are clicking the checkbox. The checkbox is checked. Now we are validating that it's actually checked by our AI check helper, and it's checked, and let's say is unchecked, negative case. Okay, checkbox 1 is checked in the screenshot, not unchecked. Okay, yes, let's fix it. Is checked. Okay, nice. Now about the tables. The most, actually, the tables, the pagination, the rows, the cells are my most least favorite things to test, because it's annoying, it's boring, it's very hard to validate the values in those cells. And if the guys here will help me to ease the job and make it through one click, I would really appreciate it. But let's check how it will work. First of all, we need to select the web table section. Okay, we have that error again. No problem, let's check it manually. Web tables, here. We have web tables. So, check that the table is sorted. Okay, we cannot sort the table here as I see, but we have already sorted it by ascending order, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, by ID, and we will check it. But we will start first from the negative case and try to validate that the table is sorted by descending order. Now we have the following message. The table is sorted by ID in ascending order, 1 to 10, not descending. How cool is that? And we will fix it right now and run again. And it passed, great. Save. And now check that, okay, about its assertion about the pagination, very important. Check that the pagination shows exact entries amount that is displayed in the table. I will remove that number. We won't tell the number. We will check how it's working. And it's passed. Okay, we don't see the exact assertion, so we will input the number right here, and we will try to make it fail. Okay, the table shows 10 entries on the current page, and the pagination info says showing 1 to 10 of 15, not 16. Actually, it's not, it's working not as I expected. I thought that it will read the entries here in the selector, and it will compare the data in table, 10 entries in the number with the number in the selector, and 10 will equal to 10, and it will work. Well, let's try to change the prompt, change the expectation, check that the pagination shows exact entries amount, check that the, okay, maybe looks like I have the next check about the thing I mentioned. So let's leave it here unfixed, and let's go to another. Check that the show entries count equals to display table values count. Yeah, it's the needed assertion, and let's check it. So check that the, let's try to make it negative. Check that the show entries count does not equals And here we go. The page shows 10 table rows and the entry selector is set to 10. So he's understanding the assertion. So the counts are equal, not different. Show 10 table rows and the entry selector is set to 10. Yes, it's correct. Correct error message. Yes, great. One of the best checks, we will need to validate that the table contains no duplicates. We're not using the check on everyday basis. Mostly, what we're checking we're just checking those numbers. Are the fees correct? Are the transaction flows correct? Are the financial operation correct? But here, we will check the duplicates. If you're working with tables, it's a very popular assertion for you. Okay, it shows that the table contains no duplicates, but let's make it negative. Check that the table contains duplicates. The table shows 10 visible rows with unique names and countries. No duplicates are present in the display table data. So it's great. How cool is that? Imagine how long code sample you would use to validate that thing. It's crazy. Oh, next. One of my favorites. We will check if the some element is not or is overlapping the another elements. So first of all, of course, we will try to open the window pop-up model in the left sidebar by the agent help. Here goes nothing and it opened. Okay, great. So sometimes it's working, sometimes it's not. Wait for URL. It's inbuilt. As this test is prepared, it's inbuilt thing which waits for while the URL will load. So now we're clicking that model and it worked. Now we have the overlapping element. This model overlaps the whole page. And let's make an assertion. Check that the pop-up overlaps the screen. But let's make it negative first of all. Does not overlap the screen. The pop-up is visible and overlaps the page content, so it does not avoid overlapping the screen. The assertion fails. Well, yes, it's working. And the positive. Check that the pop-up overlaps the screen. Okay, how to write something. Overlaps the screen, check. Great. Well, that's all assertions that I prepared for you today. As we see, mostly of them are working. By the way, a little surprise for you and for me. I just remembered about couple of popular assertions that we can check, but we're not using them on everyday basis. It's the console and the network listening. So actually, if we have the console logs or if we have some 400 or 500 error status codes in the network, we are able to see them through the playwright. We just need to listen the console or to listen the network. But let's be honest, how often we're using, we're checking those things? Almost never. But we need to validate if the app supports such kind of assertions. So let's try. Okay, we're choosing the AI check and what to write an expectation. Check that there are no errors in the browser console. Here goes nothing. what we have here. Browser console errors cannot be verified from the provided HTML, accessibility tree, or screenshot. No console log data is included, so the assertion is unsupported. Well, that's definitely a good thing to discuss with the developers, I think, because of course it's not as popular assertion as the element is visible or when we're validating the numbers, but sometimes it's useful. So it's definitely could be included. Okay, so the console is not working. Let's try the network. Let's try the network. Check that there are no 400 and 500 status code errors in the browser network. Okay, let's go. The provided context does not include browser network, so errors cannot be verified here. Well, yes, as we see, the console and the network are unsupported, so definitely I will make a feedback to the developers, because as a QA engineer, I think those features could be included. We're not using them on everyday basis, of course, but we're using them. So, but what conclusion we can make? We see that the popular assertions are working well. We can check the visibility, we can check the text, we can check the input field values, checkboxes, URLs, titles, element count, and we can validate all those numbers. That's actually all we need in our everyday work. But also some unpopular assertions are supported, like the job with the table, the sorting, the seal values are very important things. I have questions about the element inside the viewport. Again, it's not the most popular assertion, and I understand why it's unsupported, but I guess it should work. And I believe that the developers will implement it as soon as possible. So we have that overlapping assertion. We saw that it's working really great, and we have some kind of glitches, some kind, maybe it's bugs about picking the elements. Maybe my token sent it, I don't know. I will discuss it. I will definitely send the feedback, but in general it's working. And let me show you that code again, that syntax. To be honest, I don't remember all that syntax. It's insane, it's crazy, it's hard to remember, and I don't think that we should remember it. We know what we want to check. So we're QA engineers. We define the strategy, we define the risks, we mitigate the risks, but that syntax is pretty. Look at that. The assertion which checking the sum of all items in the cart. It's just crazy. Or this one about the overlapping element. I understand why why it's not working in the web application, because it's crazy. And look at that. Browser console has no errors. How often are you using this construction? So yes, I think we will end with today's video. Thank you for watching, and see you in my next presentations. Goodbye.